Hello everyone. Thank you for clicking on this video. You have stumbled across my series called Work Gigs for a Fractured Economy. So if you haven't already, please go back and look at gigs 1 through 20. You'll be able to see all of the different careers from different fields, from healthcare to education, all the different areas where you can take on additional gigs and make money. Now, one thing that I've talked to people about repeatedly on apps such as Threads or Spill or Rubler is that gigs don't necessarily pay less money. I think that that's a huge misconception. There are some gigs that you can get where if you get 2 or 3 gigs for fewer hours but more pay, it allows you to sometimes make more than what you're making. And so we're going to talk about that today. So some of the current job market realities. So I cover a segment on this in each one of the installments of the Work Gig series. I talk about the layoffs that are happening. So this is one that I picked up from CBS News. Mercedes-Benz Financial Services is laying off 157 Farmington Hill employees. And so you need to be made aware that the layoffs will continue long into 2026. We may be looking at more layoffs for the next 5 months, basically what they're reporting. And so it's important to know how you can survive and in some instances even do better than what you've been doing by making sure that you understand the certification industry and how you can get certifications, or you can rework what you already know to get a higher paying gig with less hours and more flexibility. So gig 21 is Limo Driver. The rate of pay is between $17 to $27 per hour plus tips, of course. The work can be part or full-time. You can work evenings or get jobs that last 1 to 2 weeks. And the reason that I bring this up is because a lot of times people will go and they'll say, I'm just going to do delivery service. So they'll go and they might do DoorDash or Grubhub or one of the other ones. And it's nothing wrong with that if that's how you're getting started. But once you get into this industry, you'll start to understand that there's other delivery services that actually pay more. If you're going to drive, you may want to consider Limo Driver. They get paid a lot more. They get tips, and a lot of times they may get a flat rate for a longer driving trip. Sometimes executives will say, hey, I need you to drive me across state lines. So they may pay you $400 and up just for driving them across state lines or driving them around for a weekend. Sometimes limo drivers sometimes make up to $1,500. It just depends on where they're going, how long they're in service. It really depends. Now, I think a lot of people don't really understand this because they're thinking, when I got married, you could get a limo for about $250 to drive you from wherever you were married to the hotel and maybe to a restaurant, but you would rent it hourly. But now people take limos all the time, and so there's a lot more work for it, and you'll be able to settle into this and get flexible gigs because you can essentially set your own schedule. So the qualifications for this are one of the reasons that I put this into the gig series, because I'm always looking at gigs that require less qualifications and that you can get qualified for within a short period of time. So you're not waiting years and years and years and years and years to pick up a gig. So the qualifications: you must pass a drug test, you need to have good customer service skills, you need a standard driver's license. If you drive larger limos, the larger ones, the larger vehicles, you need a CDL license. So these are the simple qualifications. After you meet those, you would just need to apply with some different agencies. So where to find limo driver gigs? You can find them on Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter. You can also find them at staffing agencies. A lot of locally owned limo companies, they have their own HR, or they'll go to staffing agencies to try to find drivers if the current drivers that they're working with are not necessarily able to drive on that particular weekend. So if you are looking for more information, I want you to look below at the description section. If you're unable to access a link, let me know. Just leave a comment and I'll leave the links in the comment section for you as needed. Just remember, the more views I get, the more people like my page, the links start to become more functional within the description section. And so you'll be able to use those links to find any information that you need. All right, everyone. So if you enjoyed this series, please subscribe to my channel for more content at Tiffany A. Flowers on YouTube. If you know someone who may be able to use this information, please make sure you send it out to them. You can go ahead and click that share button, share it across several social networks, or you could just comment below and just talk about how it was helpful. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.